What's up, beautiful people? We are back and we are recapping season 10 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, this season, Kiara and Wendy are having a little disagreement with Wendy's dismissive behavior, which she's been accused of many a times. Guess who's back? Monique Samuels, and Giselle says she was happy to reconnect with Monique and see if she's still the same person. And of course, the queen herself, the Grand Dame, has finally been released from jail and will have her season 10 premiere on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So listen, join me and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva as we recap this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And it's all in good fun, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to both channels. See y'all soon.
You just gotta...
Hello, good evening. It is a fabulous Friday. Welcome to our channel. We are here with the recap, and tonight we are recapping Married to Medicine, season 12, episode 7, Boots on the Ground. Good evening, Auntie Diva. How you doing?
How you doing? Okay, that's shooting the last bit of my little food there.
I had a little last minute thing. So I was like, oh snap, hold on.
Hold on. But all is well.
Listen, we are here. It's Friday. I know we normally recap on Tuesdays, Married to Medicine, everybody. But listen, we had Martin Luther King week this week, so we took a little break on Monday. We did Housewives of Potomac Tuesday. Diva had a fabulous interview on Wednesday. Thursday, your boy was just wore out and tired, and so here we are.
Listen, I ain't mad, okay? So every now and then you gotta get some rest. Holla.
Listen, I be trying to tell the people, Diva, this YouTube thing is not for the faint of heart. No, it ain't for the people that want to fly in and fly out, okay? You got to be like Candy. You got to fly above, okay?
Yeah. Fly above all the haters. Come on now, Candy.
Above, okay? But listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button on Royaire's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva as we are live on both channels. Make sure if you're not a subscriber that you subscribe to both of our channels, and make sure you hit that share button and let the people know we are live and recapping episode 7 of Married to Medicine, okay? Auntie, listen, we are on episode 7, okay? Married to Medicine is giving us TV gold, okay? I said, come on, the girls can't get along, want to fight at the events. Come on, I was just like, Contessa want to go around and see who coming to the girl. I was like, this is a hot mess, and I can't wait to make it
a hot mess. But I was here for like the fights going on. Are you coming to the girls' trip? Are you coming to the girls' trip? Yeah, I was here for every second of the foolery, okay? You better find out who's coming on your trip that you given.
Okay, listen, we're going to get into it in just a moment, okay, people? But listen, as we all know, and if you don't know, we are recapping The Real Housewives of Potomac as well. The ladies have dropped their season looks, and we do know that, okay? But we are going to do a season look show. We're going to do a reunion look show so that you guys can let us know your favorite looks, your not so favorite looks, and we can just break it down and talk about it. Diva, I want to say that we have 3 more episodes this season. Next week was supposed to be the final episode, but unfortunately, because of everything that happened with Wendy, okay, they had to come back with filming, and then Karen got out of jail. That was a home moment. So Karen's episode is going to be airing on February 1st, everybody. Karen is getting a whole full sit down with Andy Cohen live, okay? And we are getting the tea on everything that happened with Karen before the bars, behind the bars, and after the bars, okay? So I'm excited about it. I can't wait.
No, listen, I'm here for the, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. I'm here for all day long. Now, we do have a street news, Roy. I don't know if you want to get into the street news real quick.
Well, listen, let's jump into our street news segment, okay, people? Oh, hey!
Listen,
girl, okay.
Okay, so Jill Scott says, and why did I get married? She said Tyler Perry lets the extras joke about her character's weight without warning. She said she wasn't prepared for it. She wasn't ready for it. And she didn't like it. Let's take a listen.
I come as a woman who comes from a family of Amazons. My mother's 6'1". You know, I'm the runt of my family. Okay. Everybody is tall. I decided that I am not fat, but I have some, and it made me feel better. And that's how I'm.
Bankruptcy is actually a very quick process, especially because when the government's involved, usually it takes.
Sorry, y'all.
You're good. Listen, while we're waiting, I do want to promote her album. You know, she's got an album coming out next month. I'm super excited about it.
What's the name of it?
It is called "To Whom This Is Concerned." To whom this concerns, to whom this concerns is what it's called, I believe.
Okay.
And that's another reason she was down over at Angie Martinez was promoting that album. So I'm super excited about that. But Diva, you know, I watched this interview. You know, I'm a podcast lover.
Right.
This was a really, really good interview that she did.
I didn't like how much people will make fun of her.
No,
I didn't like that. I remember the scene on the plane, and man, the scene on the plane. Tyler had extras make fun of me when I got on the plane.
What?
They were just going back and forth making jokes about Sheila's weight, and obviously, you know, I had on a whole fat suit, and it was cumbersome. You know, so the walk was genuine and the sitting down was genuine and all the things. And then I practiced in it quite a bit so that it felt genuine to the character. But the folks on the flight really went in on fat jokes, and it sucked.
Did you know
really
they were going
hurt.
to do
No,
this?
I did not.
That's like abusive
I did
a little
not.
bit like.
I felt like it was. Sorry, Tyler. I hated that shit. But I sincerely hated it. They were just going at
Does
me.
he know that? Did you after you said
I think I told him once or twice,
yeah.
you know, that I remember that, you know. And that's when I decided too that I come as a woman who comes from a family of Amazons. My mother's 6'1". You know, I'm the runt of my family. Okay. Everybody is tall. I decided that I am not fat, but I have some, and it made me feel better. And that's how I'm.
Bankruptcy is actually.
What the heck is going on down there at the Tyler Perry Studios? It seems like a lot of harassment, alleged harassment is going on. You know, Diva, what was the purpose of people making fun of her as she got on the plane? I mean, you know, I look at Tyler Perry very differently these days. And I really started looking at him differently really once he's kind of started really blowing up a lot. Because I found that a lot of the things that he preaches and teaches about his show or about his life and, you know, what we should do not line up with the art that he puts out for us to consume. And it's been bothersome to me for a few years now. I haven't watched a lot of Tyler Perry productions here lately, just because it just seems like what you say does not match up with what you put out in the earth. And I have a problem with that. I don't like that.
When I saw this, I was several mindsets, right? Aren't they coming out with another Why Did I Get Married?
So I know that was on the blogs for a little while. I'm not sure if it's something. She felt bad.
That part, Katrina, that's what I was getting at. That I think they're about to make a part 3. So what I don't like is when people stay in a situation and then they want to blame the other person. Yes, they're working on a part 3 right now. Lawson, is she in part 3? You got to let me know, is she in part 3? Because I'm not understanding if you felt that bad about it and he made you feel that bad, why do you keep going to work back for this individual? He's playing up your character as a big girl. And no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm done with her. No, you didn't. You didn't see her on the set of number 3. No.
Well, okay, but let's give her this. She did say that she told Tyler that it made her uncomfortable and she didn't like it. So maybe Tyler apologized for it and it was something that didn't happen after that. So what I will give her is at least she stood up and said something to him versus going around the back door and not saying anything to him.
I believe she said, I think I told him. I believe she said, I think I told him. I'm trying to go by her words. And I want, and wait here, and Lawson said, the only characters that aren't bad are Janik and Malik Yoba. That was run over.
Not ran over. He was ran over.
You know what? I don't know why we fool with y'all. I don't know why we fool.
And he was ran over too, so we can't be mad.
Oh, Jesus. I cannot.
Oh my God.
I cannot. But listen, was she back for part 3? Go somewhere and sit down, Jill. I can't. If you read the script, right? You was mad at the extras going off on the plane about how big you was, but you wasn't mad that he wrote in the script that your husband was going to have an issue with your weight and tell you to get however where you can and then fly and sit next to somebody else. That didn't bother you. That you was going to be with a man in this movie that was going to treat you a certain kind of way because your weight. But when you got on the plane in the fat suit, you got mad because the extras. I can't with these people in the foolery. It's the foolery for me. I can't.
Listen, I you know, I don't know what else to say now. If that's the case, then, you know. Listen, support Jill's album coming out in February, okay?
Oh, God. Jeremy said Jill.
Oh, my God.
Jill like to spin it. I can't with her. I can't.
Hilarious.
I'm done. She know. I'm over it. Like, I saw that and was like, I'm not playing these games with her.
Listen, we're going to send the best of luck to Jill and working with Tyler this next go round, you know. But I will say her interview with, sorry, y'all, my eyes are really watery today. I don't know what's going on. But what I will say is her interview with Angie Martinez was really good. One thing that she said in that interview that stuck out to me was, and I'm probably going to misquote it, but I'm going to try to say it how I remember, if I, you know, whatever. Right. In your 20s, you work hard. In your 30s, you work how you need to. In your 40s, you work when you want to. In your 50s and plus, you just live life as you desire. And I was like, wow, that is a really beautiful perspective to have. You know, so what's wrong? What?
That was a cute poem. No. Some people have to work all the way to their 80s and 90s, Royaire.
That ain't Jill's fault.
You see the Walmart. You see in the Walmart sometimes the greeters and they. Why was that the street news? I ain't fooling with Jill. And I don't know if I'm gonna listen to this star. What's the name of that album?
I think, like I said, I think it's called To Whom This Is Concerned. So like she said, it may not be for everybody, but I am a Jill fan, so I'm going to make it concern me so I can see what's up.
She should have wrote up To Whom It Is Concerned to Tyler Perry.
Not HR, Tyler Perry Studio.
Oh,
HR@PollyPerryStudios.com.
My whole family is tall. Listen, you know what, Roya, unfortunately, because the food or whatever, everything going on these days, we all dealing with some weight issues. Jill, go sit down somewhere.
Yes.
Go ahead. Let's get into Married to Medicine. I can't.
We love you, Jill, and shout out to you and your fats.
You making me spit on my.
Oh my God! Listen, y'all. We are going straight into our recap of Married to Medicine. We are live on both channels. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and share for us. So tonight we are diving into episode 7, Boots on the Ground. Okay, and the boots were definitely on the ground, especially at the end of this episode. The girlies were standing on business. And you know what? That's another thing that I can give Married to Medicine versus Potomac, at least, since that's what's on competing. Right. The girls are standing on business in Married to Medicine. I don't know what's going on over there at Potomac, but these girls, they stand on business. They say what they mean, and they mean what they say, okay? So in our opening check-in scenes, we have Brandi doing some before and after pictures with a patient. She said, "Girl, lift your smile." She said, "I'm not smiling." So then it's working. Brandi says, "Listen, Diva, the Botox thing, you already know how I feel about this Ozempic shot and all of that stuff. I ain't doing it. Don't ask me. It ain't for me. Y'all can keep it, and God bless you, okay?" Toya's son, Ashton, he wrote a song, apparently. Now, the song is via ChatGPT, but he wrote a song, and Toya wants to hear it. He's acting like he a little shy to play the song, but they, hopefully, maybe that'll be our reunion song. We always have a song at one of the reunions, Diva, so maybe he'll drop it for the reunion. And then we have Jackie. She is having a meeting with one of her patients, doing what she does, making sure they taking the vitamins and doing exams and stuff. And the patient said, "Yes, I'm taking my vitamins, but, my breast exams, I'm slacking a little bit." Jackie, got in her butt. Listen, body language is 80% of what we do, okay? And your body language is saying you're lying, okay? So go on and push and check, do what you got to do, okay? So those were our opening check-in scenes. Anything on those before we get jumped in?
I love the little opening check-in scenes. Brandi, I ain't mad at her. I'm getting to know her because y'all want me to lean back and really get to know the people. So I'm gonna lean back. I'm getting to know Brandi. It is what it is. Toya and the kids, I'm here for Toya. I love Toya. And her son said, ChatGPT wrote his rap song. Listen, everybody else using it these days. The people getting through high school, college, kindergarten, even the people in pre-K.
Come on, kindergarten.
They use ChatGPT for the ABCs, okay? Listen, pre-K, we'll say pre-K.
Not pre-K.
I can't with y'all tonight, okay? Listen, I cannot. So anyway, I'm here for Toya and the kids, Dr. Jackie and her patients. Listen, as messy as Dr. Jackie is, which is very sad, that she's so messy, I do really feel that Dr. Jackie is a good doctor, right? I've never been to her, I don't know, but I really feel she is a good doctor, but she messy with that mouth. And like, what Iana said, the message is diminished when you just got this messy, she messy with that mouth.
Diminishes.
Message, yeah. And so, but Dr. Jackie, whatever. And so I was here for the little opening pocket scenes. I like them.
Okay, yes. I'm still trying to, in the words of Cynthia, I'm still trying to get to know Brandi. I'm not really feeling her like that just yet still. And we'll talk more about Brandi in just a moment. But so we head on over to Angel's house, everyone. So Angel is one of the newbies, as we know. She is a nurse, okay? And so Angela's hosting the ladies. She is hosting Mimi, Heavenly, and Quad over for a little lunch and conversation. Now, the ladies chat about the family reunion, you know, how Quad had all of her crew in the purple gang was down at the family reunion, okay? And Quad said she can't help, you know, who everybody else brought. She could only bring who she brought, okay? Heavenly was glad that her brother came and showed up. You know, he was nervous to come, but he did. She was happy that he came out for that. You know, and Heavenly says that she is open to do a DNA test, you know, with her brother, if that is something that he's open to. And I think that would be a great suggestion as well, you know, just to be sure. You know, she says based off of, you know, how her dad's behavior was and what he remembers, he kind of resembles that. But still, we want to be sure that ain't nobody just coming in, you know, trying to impersonate your brother. So she is open to that. Heavenly announces that she is running for state representative and she's going to be launching her first campaign party, and that Quad is her campaign manager. So she wants all the ladies to come out and support her for that. Angel mentions that at the family reunion, Heavenly was very welcoming and kind to Bernard, but Toya not so much. And so she, you know, did not like how Toya was questioning Bernard, the things that she said in regards to, you know, possibly hooking her up with one of Eugene's friends or whatever the case may be. Quad felt that was in bad taste of Toya, and she broke girl code. And Quad says that Toya is not a girl's girl. Angel said that she doesn't want friends like that around her. You know, she likes girls that are girls, who look out for you, who cover for you, not who run around telling all your business. Angel brings up Simone investigating, you know, Quad and, you know, everything she's got going on yet again. You know, that was a conversation at Quad's house where here we are talking about it again. For what? I don't know, but here it goes. You know, Quad doesn't really understand why Simone is so invested in looking up what she has going on in her life versus focusing on her personal life. You know, Quad said that she has never looked up anybody's personal business on this show, you know, to get personal information. And I will vouch for that. The only time Quad has looked up any personal information was with oh dang, and her name is slipping my mind. Lisa, was it Lisa? Lisa, yes, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa.
When they had that fight, you know, Lisa did a personal background check on her, so she did a background check on Lisa. So I can attest that Quad is being truthful about that, at least on camera anyways. Heavenly said that Simone needs to be more worried about what's going on in her own home with Cecil and the boys. Of course, Quad was like, leave the men out of this. We ain't gonna do that, which thank you, Quad, for keeping Heavenly in check. Because I think it is just in poor taste for Heavenly to want to just talk about these ladies so crazy. Thank you, Lisa Nicole S. Lover. That was her name. I forgot. Lisa Nicole. And Melanie, thank you. Yeah, I was just like, Heavenly, leave the husbands out of it. This beef is between you and Simone. To bring up her husband and what she got going on is out of pocket. Because the moment she say something about you and your missing son, you ready to have a whole heart attack and go off on everybody. It's wrong, out of pocket, and not necessary. Mimi felt that it was a coping mechanism for Simone to be focused on everybody else's business and what's going on instead of focusing on what she has going on in the house. And then I'm going to throw this little lunch scene in as well, Diva, because it was small and short and these scenes intertwined with each other. So Toya, Simone, Brandi, and Contessa go out to lunch together. And so Contessa apologizes for missing the family reunion, and she wanted to know what happened while she was gone, of course. Toya let her know that it was a dry family reunion, aka no alcohol. And Diva, I think that was the best part of the family reunion, is that there was no alcohol, which means the ladies couldn't act a fool and be out of pocket. It was a good family day, and that was nice to have. But she did bring up that Heavenly brought her brother, who has not, you know, taken a DNA test pretty much. And so Contessa said, you know, asked about the DNA test, you know, and so they kind of flopped back to Heavenly's scene. But Toya mentions that Angel, you know, brought Bernard, and she felt like it was messy because she was going to hook Angel up with someone that's in her personal circle, and she felt that Angel was trying to be messy, date her guy, and get someone else involved from Toya's circle. And I was just like, in my opinion, if that's what she want to do, that's not your business to tell, for me personally. But at the same token, you know, protect your own people. So if that was the case, just don't introduce her to anybody going forward. You know what's up. I felt like it was being messy of Toya to do so, and it wasn't girlfriend like. It was very ungirlfriend like. It was girl code was broken, period. As Quad said. My opinion is the ladies were shocked to hear that Toya was rude, and upfront to Angel. They definitely thought it was a little off-putting and inappropriate as well. Contessa said, Simone can go look up Angel's address and we can pull up and pop up and see what's really going on between Toya and Angel, since there seems to be a little issue. But then Contessa also shares with us that she is planning a girls' trip for the ladies because she wants everybody to, get their sisterhood intact and get things back together. Simone says that she is glad that Contessa is hosting the girls' trip because the last girls' trip we went on, we was talking about Contessa's mama that died in 2010, okay? And so the ladies kind of kikied about that. And so that was pretty much the ending of those two scenes. Diva, the way that the group has split, in my opinion, I like the way that it has kind of split, if that makes sense. It kind of makes sense, like the group that it has kind of split into. I see Simone, Brandi, and Contessa and Toya kind of all hanging out together. And then I see, at least from reality TV, Quad, Heavenly, me, and them hanging out. I totally see this split, as a real kind of group of friendship. What I disliked is that Mimi always seems to have a diagnosis for everybody. What they got, what they focused on. Ma'am, you got a diagnosis at home that you need to be focusing on and taking care of. Let's worry about that diagnosis, okay? Toya, like I said, it was nasty for you to say what you said in front of Bernard. It was inappropriate, out of pocket, and out of line. And obviously the rest of your mean girl group agrees with that as well. So take heed and do better. And then Heavenly announcing her run for state representative. We'll talk about that in this next scene because that was just, yeah. So anything on that, Diva?
So yeah. So this Angel's house with Dr. Mimi. So apparently they had to drive a long way to get to Angel's house. So it was Dr. Mimi, Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly, I thought it was funny when she said, I could have found my son, fix my hair, because it took a long time to get to Angel's house, okay? Not find your son. I cannot with her. And she said, she ain't eating much because she's on the shots. She's on the shots to lose the weight or whatever. And, Quad come there. And yeah, they talk about the family reunion, Dr. Heavenly's brother. And, Angel talks about how, she wasn't feeling Toya. So let me say this. This is how I felt about that whole situation. Was Toya necessarily right for running her mouth in front of the guy? Maybe not. But can I say this? You want a girl in your face that has a whole man, but you asking me to hook you up with somebody. So I'm going to be hooking you up with one of my people, one of my husband's friends, thinking you single, and you not. You in a whole situation. When people are in situations, we see what happens, Royaire. We got it with Will and Jada at the Red Table Talk. You don't do those situations. You understand what I'm saying? Entanglements get you in trouble. So do I think that Angel is more messy than Toya? I personally do. She's talking about she's not a girl's girl. Well, I'm not the type of girl where you're going to come to me asking me, do I got somebody to hook you up with? And in the meantime, you got brother man sitting in the background. No, I'm not that type of girl. So I was with Toya on that. I don't know what you're doing, Angel, but you're not about to do that with my husband's friends and my family, because that's just messy. So, and to me, it was an embarrassment for the guy. Now, did Toya have to ask about the sex life and all that? No, but Toya messy. Okay? And Toya let that brother know. So see, people want to know the truth, but they don't want to know the truth. Toya let that brother know. You messing with this chick right here, and she around town asking people for dates like she's single.
But I think she is single. He didn't claim her. When Toya asked, is this your girlfriend? He did not say yes. She is a single woman, and I feel like as a single individual, you can do what you want.
Well, don't come asking me to hook you up with my husband. And you gotta, like I said, she's in an entanglement because they date on and off and whatever it is they doing. And nowadays, people are getting crazy out here with the dates, and they come in hurting people and pound people and all that. No, I'm not hooking you up, okay, with my people, and you got an entanglement over here. Figure out your entanglement, and then whatever. Yeah, but you know what? Angel should have said that she's dating some people now. I ain't with that. I ain't with that. But I'm off on the ledge on my own with that. Now with this this little luncheon, the luncheon I thought was cute. They brought Contessa up to date about what happened at the family reunion. And hands down, I was here for the family reunion. And you know what, Royaire? That's probably why it wasn't so crazy, because it was dry. It was no alcohol. That's probably why I didn't get that crazy. So I was here for the whole family reunion. I loved it. I was here for Contessa talking, and I'm talking about maybe there should be a DNA test. And I was also here for Contessa talking about she about to throw this trip. Okay? Come on, Contessa. Throw your chip. Now, Toya told the people the truth that she asked about the man. She asked Angel in front of the man. And she said, I thought you wanted to hook me up. That is what it is. And we could agree to disagree, but
yeah. What I will say is I appreciate the fact that, like I said it earlier in the video, Toya still on business. She said what she said. She mentioned it, and she's been doing that all season long. She did the same thing with Heavenly when she was talking to Eugene about their situation. She prefaced it with, I did start, Eugene. I did start it. So I will give that to her. She stands on business about what she says. She means what she says, and I can't take that away from her. So shout out to Toya for that one. Shout out to her.
Holla.
So we move into our next scene, Heavenly in her campaign launch. Okay. So, we have arrived at Heavenly's outdoor campaign launch. It looked like it was off the highway somewhere, just in a random spot, down in Atlanta. Okay. Quad is Heavenly's campaign manager. It has been announced. Okay. Zach shows up, Heavenly's middle son. And so he shows up to support his mom, of course. It looks like that he was the only child to show up, unfortunately. She does have 3. Quad meets
no, the daughter came. The daughter came.
Oh, her daughter was there? Okay, perfect. Okay.
Am I confusing it with the reunion?
That was at the family reunion. I seen the daughter at the family reunion.
Right. Yeah, the daughter wasn't there. Yeah.
Okay. So Quad meets Regina, and Regina is the individual that asked Heavenly to run. Regina shares that God spoke to her, about Heavenly running, and so she went to Heavenly, and so apparently that's how this ball got rolling. Okay. Heavenly said that she's going to win. Okay. Not that she might win, but she's going to win. She's claiming it. Okay. Come on, confidence. Listen, they say you got to speak things that are not as though they were. So do what you do, boo. Quad, she gets the show started because it's time to, start talking in with the people. So they're asking the people to come on in to sit at the front because they want to fill up the front seats, of course. So her and Quad are asking people to come down, come closer. And Heavenly gets a little impatient. Now, Heavenly, here's the issue that we're starting with. You're running for state representative, honey. There is nothing going to be fast track that you look forward to doing for your community. So you're going to have to start taking your time, slowing down, and being patient with the people. If the people don't want to sit up front, you can't force them to sit up front. Let the people be where they might and allow your grace and what you're running on to bring the people forward. By the looks of this, though, it ain't looking too good, okay? It ain't looking too good. Because this is how you talk to your constituents, I wouldn't want to be one of them. Okay? Not me. Now, Quad said that she was honored to be Heavenly's campaign manager. She says she's super excited. Quad says that she's connected with the people. She knows the people and the people know her. So it made perfect sense for her to be Heavenly's campaign manager. Heavenly said that she's running for District 93 state representative. Heavenly talks about her son being arrested and police violence and how, young men from the ages of 18 to 25, some don't make it home or end up in jail. And, she wants to fix that. Okay. Heavenly also mentions everyone has been supportive except for one person. Okay. And so here we go yet again, Heavenly. You running for state representative. You giving your speech about what you are going to do for the people. But then you're going to single out one individual who's not supporting you. Heavenly. Make it make sense. Now, you share with us that this is a call that God is giving you to do, okay? You said it over down with Jamal. You said it with Candy. You said it with all the people that you've been interviewing, that this is what God has called you to do. I don't think God called you to put his people down because they won't vote for you. That's not it. That ain't the move, ma'am. That is not the move. It's giving Trump more than Kamala. I need to see the Kamala out of you and not the Trump. We don't need that. Okay? Toya runs into Simone, after the event is over. Heavenly is giving her speech. And so while the speech was going on, Toya said she was taking notes, and she forwarded those notes to Simone because Simone was late to the event. Heavenly was glad that Simone came. She came in and dropped off, said her little piece, congratulations, here to support you, but we want to talk about what's going on. Jackie was surprised that Quad was on the campaign trail with Heavenly, and she said, Heavenly knew not to ask me because I don't involve myself in politics. Jackie don't do the politics at all, okay? So she said she knew who to call on. She knew who to talk to. Contessa wanted to know what made Heavenly choose Quad as her campaign manager, because as Contessa was walking in, she said all of the people that she knows that's in the political space is trying to figure out what the heck Heavenly is doing in the political space. Heavenly said that she's gotten very close, and she feels, that this is going to be what her thing is. She's smart, her and Quad, work well together. And so that was her reasoning of picking Quad for being her campaign manager. Contessa said, she hears it. She just wants to make sure that Heavenly is serious about, what's going on and how she's going to work all of this out. Mimi also ran into Brandi because Brandi came late to this event, and so she asked, are you endorsing Heavenly? Brandi said she's not sure. She needs to see more of Heavenly because basically what she saw was an S show, just a bunch of hoopla, and she really is into politics. So this really didn't, gauge her wanting to vote for Heavenly. Mimi says she understands, but just be careful who you align yourself with. And she started giving her this speech about, your girl Toya threw you under the bus, so I just want to make sure you ain't aligning yourself with Toya. Brandi didn't take too kindly at that because who are you to tell me who I can talk to and who I can't? Then the ladies kind of get into it at Heavenly's political event. I mean, it was just a mess, Diva. It was a whole hot mess. If this is the way Heavenly want to introduce herself to the politics scene, this was not good. Thank you so much, Tara. I appreciate you for sending a super chat to my channel. Thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us tonight. So Diva, anything on that? Listen, like I said, this was a hot mess, a whole hot mess. Not a good way to start the political trail. I just wasn't here for it. Not at all.
It was a hot, stinking mess. I wasn't, this scene was what it was. Dr. Mimi, I feel, is trying to find her way on this show. But it's like, to me, how are you as a therapist who are supposed to teach people how to do conflict management in a good way, and you sitting up there as a grown woman telling somebody who they should and should not align themselves with and all of this other stuff? That was not a good look if you ask me for Dr. Mimi. I thought it was a hot mess. I thought that Dr. Heavenly has a great opportunity if she is running for this political figure to, rise up and rise above. But instead, she uses her precious time when she brought people out there in that hot sun where they were sitting in those chairs and under no covering to be up there with the messiness, talking about not everybody supporting her. There's no candidate in this world where everybody supports you. But like what's the name said later, like she said later, you're supposed to, help me out. You're supposed to, I can't think. You're supposed to be able to convert the people to be on your side. So I thought it was super messy. I just was like, come on, Dr. Heavenly, when are you going to get it right? And when she talked about the black people and the men and the police and the violence, and how she started off talking about her son went to jail. All of you already know. I just was like, it was just a missed opportunity for me. Dr. Mimi, she stuck her nose where it didn't belong. You understand what I'm saying? She was talking to, when Brandi came or whatever, and Brandi stood in front of her and punked her. You saw when what was it when Dr. Simone came over and was like, what's going on? And Brandi moved her body, stood in front of Mimi, and blocked Mimi. I said, Mimi, you getting punked right now. You got chin checked. I chin checked, Dr. Mimi. So it was a mess, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yes. Now, and I want to address this as well. And I was trying to find the video, Diva, so give me a minute if I can. But what I disliked about Heavenly talking about her son being arrested in this whole situation is that she did not give the full details of exactly what happened. Now,
she didn't give nothing.
She didn't give nothing. And so in a previous video, and I'll look for it and try to find it before we go off tonight. But in a previous live on her own channel, she mentions that her son was pulled over by a cop. He was asked to do whatever. He got back in the car and drove off, and the police had to chase him. Why are you running your campaign off of police brutality? But that's not what happened when your son was the one who left the scene after being asked to do something by an officer.
Yeah.
That's problematic.
That's problematic.
Majorly.
I remember that. Now that you're saying that, I remember that.
Okay, so
I remember
I'm
that.
making stuff up, right?
No, you're not. You're remembering it correctly. I remember that. And I'm like, he's lucky to be alive.
To be alive. To try to run this campaign or to add into your campaign as if police brutality was involved in your family. It was problematic to me. I didn't like it. When there are so many other things that you can run your campaign off of, especially you being in the medical field and knowing everything that's going on with the medical field, that should be your stance. But to try to make it seem like that your son wasn't out of pocket for what he did, leaving the scene after an officer has asked him to stop or whatever the case was, out of pocket, out of line, and it's got me looking at you sideways, Heavenly. We got to do better, Auntie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't like that. I am 50 gold. This stuck out to me as well. Jackie was definitely out here pushing for Kamala.
But she said she don't do politics. It's the lies. It's the lies.
And he's still running. No, and he's still running. It is. But that blew me, Diva. I was like, what the heck? Like, what do you mean? Ma'am, that's not what happened in your situation. And police brutality is a real thing. Yes, it is.
Yes,
so let me not make that like it's not. It is definitely a real thing. But for you to portray the situation as if your son was not in the wrong and not to publicly admit that he was not publicly admit that he was in the wrong, problematic. Right. And if I was in Georgia and able to vote, it would definitely have me second thinking about voting for you. Yeah. Because we already got liars in office. We don't need no more people that's lying and not spilling the whole truth of what has gone down.
Well, the truth ain't in her.
Well, that's what Simone said, and we're going to talk about that. Because Simone said that's why you keep up all this BS, because you don't want the real truth to come out, okay? But that's what Simone said. So moving into our next scene, speaking of Simone, we have Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone having a scene at Dr. Jackie's office. Now, Diva, okay, I'm kind of getting a little sick of this conversation with Cecil and Simone now.
I'm over it too.
For 12 years now, and I'm over it. I'm over it, okay? So we go to Dr. Jackie's office. Dr. Jackie called her assistant to see if they order some scope for her little machinery or whatever. Apparently, she's Queen Jackie down at the doctor's office, okay? And this is why she got a guy ahead, because the people just elevate her to a whole nother level, but that's another topic for another day, okay? Simone comes in with lunch, and Simone, she says pretty much that she's announcing she's done with the OB and she wants to stick to the GYN, okay? She shares with Jackie that she's done going to the hospital, she's done delivering babies, and she wants to focus on women's health, okay? I said, well, come on, women's health. And she also shares that, she wants to get back to her life. She's been doing for the boys, for Cecil, and for everybody else for so long. It's time for Simone to do for Simone. Simone shares, also that Cecil left a really good job in corporate America. And since then, everything, okay? These are her words, not mine. Everything has been on her back and her back alone, okay? Jackie wanted to know if Simone had a calm, real conversation with Cecil about her leaving the ER and just being, a regular doctor in the office, if you may. Simone said that she has done her best, to do for everybody else. She said, but she's done with it. She ain't having no more calm conversations. It's time to do what's best for her. And she shares, that people would not know that her and Cecil have issues, in their home, because when they're outside of the home hanging out, things are great. She said that sex is good. It takes her a minute to get to the orgasm, but she's still getting them and she's still having a good time with her husband. And that is important. It is important to continue the sex life. I know, Diva, we don't normally like to talk a lot about that, but that is an important factor.
That I'm fine with. The random, like when they was at the thing, they was at the thing the other day with the drinks, the pink pea.
Yeah,
it's like it's ridiculous, right? But this is, this is different.
Yeah. So, Jackie feels, it's good that they're still having fun together, but if they're not in the house being together, what exactly are we doing? Simone said that she wants to live out the rest of her life doing what she wants, when she wants, whenever she wants. She is tired of worrying about other people. And Jackie shares that she doesn't think that that's good for a marriage, and how long can we carry around this divorce thing, and still be going through what we're going through? Are we going to get a divorce? Or are we not going to get a divorce? Are you guys still going to stay together and be happy? Or are you guys what exactly are you choosing to do? Because this limbo situation, it's not working for either of you. So that was pretty much the rest of their conversation. From that, anything on that, Diva?
I mean, I always love to see Dr. Jackie and Simone together, to be very honest with you. I just really do. I like those two together. I like their friendship and everything. And, I like the way Dr. Jackie keeping it real with her. Listen, marriage it's an up and down. It's a roller coaster. Any relationship is, but marriage most certainly is too. And my thing is that you have to always be prepared that maybe one day you're the breadwinner, maybe the next day your husband is, and maybe the next time you are, right? Or maybe you're both winning it together. But you have to prepare yourself for all types of scenarios. That's why, like I said, whoever wrote these vows way back whenever they was written, Royaire, they were everything, for better or for worse.
Yes.
In health, in sickness, and in health. Because when you vow to stay with somebody and love somebody, anybody can be, like right now, like anybody could be with a Beyonce, right? Because Beyonce is winning. Anybody could be with somebody that's winning. But the thing is, can you be with the person when they're not? Can you be with the person when they fall down? That's when the true test comes in. So you got to be able to wave that roller coaster ride. And at the end of the day, you know what? He could have left a good job, Simone. But at the end of the day, OBGYN, in comparison to whatever he was doing, unless he was in stocks, bonds, or something like that, you was making more than him. And now that you are married to medicine, I'm thinking those girls' check got to be in the 2 million range. Yeah. Got to be. So you taking 2 million off the back from Married to Medicine. Then you're getting, you're still doing your OBGYN thing. You raking in the cash.
Yeah.
What do you want from Cecil? And then, you know, like I said, you know, and this is respectfully, she's not letting Cecil do like Todd did. She's not going to just let Cecil go out here taking $10,000 and $20,000 out the bank and think he invested it in something. No, she gonna have to write a whole dictation and get the approval of Simone before she let that money come out her account. But in the meantime, she letting the boys spend $60,000 on a credit card. Simone do need to find balance because that is your husband. And if anybody was getting more money out of this situation, it should be the husband over the boys. But that's a whole nother story.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. You know, we love our girl Iyanla. Shout out to Iyanla, the Fix It. You know, make sure y'all check that out. But, you know, Iyanla says this in her show, and I really I didn't think about it until she said it. You know, in the vows, this says, Diva, you know, for better or for worse, for richer, for poor, you know, in sickness and health, till death do us part. But the death of what is what Iyanla says? The death of communication, the death of sex, the death of the marriage. What exactly is death to us part do? Do we stay together and be miserable with each other knowing that we're truly not in love because we said until death do us part? I mean, I think Simone needs to kind of look into that. Simone and Cecil need to look into that because like I said, until death of what? What are we going to continue to drag this out for the rest of y'all lives until one of y'all died? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
You know, I hear her and I don't hear her on that piece of it. Because at the end of the day, Royaire, there's always going to be something. Mm-hmm. So do you leave after the something happened for 90 days, 60 days, a year, 2 years, 3 years? When do you leave, right? Or when do you work through it? You're not always going to be on a high in any relationship, even with your friendships. So I'm not saying somebody beating you up, there's violence in the home or whatever. But like somebody said in the chat, I forgot who said it. We just saw Simone in real time. Her, Cecil, Toya, and Eugene was at an event together having a ball. I think the other problem is, and all of us tend to do it, when you having a bad moment with your mate, because we got to vent, we got to let it out. I always say your feelings need a home. You got to release them. Mm-hmm. So you're venting and letting it out. But in the meantime, you like, we good, boo, whatever. You over it after a certain point, right? Yeah. So, but it's like you got to watch who you vent to. Because some people will use your venting and try to weaponize it against you. And that's not right if you got a true friend. I got friends that I have people that I don't speak to no more, but their secrets will die in me. Yeah. When they bury me in the ground, they bury me with those people's secrets. Yeah. Point blank in a period. Yeah. When people come and talk to me about their mates, Royaire, I give them the best advice I can. Mm-hmm. Okay. I told them you can come to me anytime, but I'm not repeating, saying nothing. And to me, no matter, unless your man, like we're not talking crazy, the beat and all that. Right. If you want to stay with your man after whatever, you love him, I'ma love him.
Right.
That's your business.
For sure.
He ain't beating you. Excuse me. But I'm not, you know, I'm just not going to weaponize someone who gave me their secrets against them, no matter how mad I get. And I think when you do that, you ain't a true friend and you going all the way low. You in the gutter with it.
Yeah. It shows your true colors. It shows your true colors. It shows what you represent, who you are in real life and behind closed doors. And that's what I can appreciate about Jackie and Simone's relationship. Even when they had their riff a couple of years ago, when they weren't talking and not in a good place, we never heard Jackie say anything negative about Simone, and we never heard Simone say anything negative about Jackie in regards to their marriages, their relationships, and things of that nature. And I love the fact that Jackie is really being that friend still to this day, helping Simone through those issues. And Simone did the same thing when Jackie was going through with Curtis. You know, she was there to truly support her. And it's nice to see this girl's girl relationship still continuing and going forward, and not just continuing to go forward, but being honest with each other, Diva. And that's what I loved about Jackie's advice to Simone. It was honest advice. Have you had a real conversation with Cecil about you being ready to move forward and move on? You know, what are things like, you know, even though y'all get along well when y'all hang out, what is it like at home? How are we going to fix this in the house being together situation so that you guys can press forward. Shout out to Jackie and Simone. This is what real friendship looks like.
Bravo, you said that, Royaire. That's what real friendship looks like.
Yes.
And I do think, and I'm going to get off the bat, I do think that Dr. Heavenly put a little wrench in their friendship, but we could leave that there.
No, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, she came through like a wrecking ball and tried to wreck them, but they stood the test of times. But that's what real friendship does. It stands the test of times. It stands. Yes.
Yeah.
So shout out to the originals, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, you know, doing what they do as always. So we are on our last scene of the night. We are at Angel's Life in Scrubs event, okay? Angel is not only just a nurse, okay? She's not only just an ex-basketball wife, baby mama. She is also the owner of...
Not you give her accolades and then you throw the shade in there. Oh my God.
I try to do it with a straight. Okay, so you know, today is Angel's revealing of her new line, her fall line of scrubs, okay? So she has a business where she has created fashionable scrubs, you know, form-fitting scrubs for men and women, okay? And so I thought this was a great idea, Diva, because I do just see scrubs, you know, just kind of like one size fits all, if you may almost.
It's an excellent idea. And a cute name, Life Angels.
Life
Cute
Angels.
name.
Ain't that cute? I thought it was a great name. From what I could see, I thought she had some really nice scrubs. From what the lady said, it was very good quality. I thought her event was put together very nicely. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. You know, for a first timer, I thought she did pretty well for the most part for a first timer. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. Let's see. Angel's doing her walkthrough with Brittany, who was the event planner. You know, so they were getting things set up and put together and ready. This is an all cast.
Wait. Let me just say this, Ray. Where do they find these event planners at?
You know, well, the people like to call themselves event planners that do just the basic, you know, the basics of the basics. So, you know, the girls got to save their coins because the people don't have the coins like they be playing that they have on the TV. So, you know, everybody look. ChatGPT at this point is your planner, so hell, everybody.
Well, but ChatGPT can do better.
But I think what the problem is the people is putting the information in ChatGPT, but then they're not reflecting what is given to them. They're doing what they do, you know. So pray for the people. But this is an all cast event. All of the ladies are going to be here. Mimi arrives in all white. I'm assuming, based off of what Contessa said, that the event was supposed to be kind of like a metallic. You're supposed to wear a metallic color based off of what Contessa said. So Contessa came in with this gold metallic dress. I was like, okay, Contessa. Angel, like I said, she has men and women scrubs, so they have men at the front with their scrubs on. Simone comes in, and she's got on a little black tee with some pants. And she arrives with Cecil. And they seem to be doing better today. They seem to be on good footing, and that's what's confusing to me, Diva. It's like she said, they show up to these events and they do so well on the outside, but it's like on the inside they just can't seem to find their footing with each other. But whatever. You know, unfortunately, that's just unfortunate for them, in my opinion. But so Simone comes in, you know, and they're talking about, look at the scrub. Simone is feeling on the man and touching and kikiing and eating. And so, you know, Cecil said, well, listen, when Angel come out, just know I'm gonna be feeling and touching too, you know, because I want to make sure everything fit right. And if he said if it looked good, I'm about a whole collection for Simone because it's gonna give her a little butt, okay? So, you know, Cecil, he got his jokes. And like I said, that's the confusing thing, Diva. They just seem like they have so much fun together, but can't seem to get it together at home. I don't know. Heavenly comes in with
I'm gonna be honest with you. The real issue Simone is having is this money. Let's keep it 100. The real issue Simone is having is this money. She gave us a clue in the confessional, right? Because she said he left a good job, or whenever she said he left, or she was talking to Dr. Jackie, or whatever, she left a good job with a good salary and all of this other stuff. Her issue is really the money.
Yeah. That's what it is. Point blank.
And when you tell the truth, you shame the devil when we got something to work with.
Well, how you doing? So Quad, she shows up with King, and Quad has on the scrubs. Okay, she came to be a nurse today. Simone mentioned, to Heavenly that the ladies, all went to Heavenly's event, and so, she has some notes, that Toya sent her, and she wanted to talk to Heavenly about some things. And so she wanted Heavenly to understand that it's Heavenly's job, as you said earlier, Diva, to convert those who do not believe in your campaign. It's your job to convert them, to push them to believe in your campaign. And so Heavenly was immediately turned off by the conversation that the ladies were coming to her with. And she said she don't have to stand for this, and she went and sat down, okay? Well, the ladies continue to follow her. Simone said that, she wanted to point out that Heavenly mentioned people not supporting her. And that's why she brought up, converting people to be able to support you, because that's your responsibility as you were on this campaign trail. Toya said, we need strong, respectful women leaders who are going to run to support the community, not Heavenly. Okay? And Toya has been standing on business about not supporting Heavenly since episode 1. Okay? She ain't here for it at all. Well, too, because that's when they had the argument. Heavenly said that she don't need this and she's leaving. She ain't doing this with these girls. So she got up and walked away. Quad, her campaign manager, went with her to calm her down, because we don't need Heavenly acting out, because you are running for state representative. She did get Quad did calm her down, and so they did end up coming back into the event so that they could see Angel's reveal. The ladies, the clique, aka that Toya has entitled themselves, Toya, Contessa, Simone, and Brandi, they were standing having a little conversation, and Mimi was involved in their conversation. And so they was like, what you doing over here? She was like, oh, you don't want me here? I can leave. And they said, no. We just trying to figure out, what's going on. Contessa wanted to really kind of figure out what happened with Brandi and Brandi and Mimi at Heavenly's event, because they had a little screaming match, as I mentioned earlier, at the ending of the event, because Mimi told her to be careful who she aligns herself with. Contessa asked, what went down between the two of them. Mimi brought it up and said she just wanted, Brandi to be careful with who she's aligning herself with. Toya said, you need to be careful with who you aligning yourself with and why you in this group. We don't want to be psychoanalyzed by you today, Mimi, so go on about your business pretty much, okay? Let me tell you, Diva, Toya is reading the girls, okay? She's getting the girls together and sending them packing. And that is what Mimi exactly did, went on packing about her business. The ladies finally came together for Angel's grand entrance. She comes in this metallic silver dress with these space sunglasses coming out of a fake spaceship, seemed to be. I was confused on the entrance. I was confused on why you didn't have your own scrubs. We're supposed to be promoting you, not somebody else's dress and outfit, but okay. Well, whatever. Angel comes down the steps and, from her imaginary spaceship, she welcomes the ladies, thanked everybody for coming, and said, let's open the curtains. She opens the curtains, and so there is a huge screen, with a backdrop of all of her scrubs that she's presenting. She has some mannequins with the scrubs on, so everybody walks in, she gives her announcement speech. She thanks everybody for coming for her launch, and she's super excited. The ladies seem to really like the scrubs. Even Jackie, Diva, gave a good compliment about the scrubs in her confessionals. So these scrubs have got to be really, really good for Jackie to say that it's something good, okay? Contessa apologized for missing the family reunion. The girls are all back together again. And so she brings up that she wants to do a sisterhood trip to bring the girls together because we've never been divided like this before. The ladies want to know where the trip is going to be. Contessa told them to pack their bathing suits and just be ready to have some fun and some girl bonding time. Angel asked, What kind of friend is Toya? Let's see. If Erica Mays did RIP, Heavenly will be fine. Okay. I've seen this. Who's Erica Mays? I don't know who that is.
Eric Mays. I don't know. I guess he was a some type of political figure out there. So she's saying she see some of her things that she's doing, and she seems like she's taking it seriously.
Listen, we are all about laugh, love, inspiration with a little bit of mess on the end, okay? So let's see. Angel asks what type of friend Toya is, because Toya did something that was very shady that Angel didn't appreciate. And like I said earlier, she likes to hang with a girl's girl. And so Toya asks, what did I do? And Angel said, we'll talk about it another time. Basically, this ain't the time or the place to talk about it. Toya wanted to know, well, why did you bring it up? And that is the exact question that I want to know. Why did you bring it up if you weren't going to talk about it in this moment? If you didn't want the ladies to have a situation at your event, why did you jump off the situation? But we'll bring that up in a minute as well. We've never been this divided. Let's go on a girls' trip. Fight some more. Angel says she's not a fake friend. That's why she brought it up. Heavenly says, Simone, you can learn something from that. Simone says she ain't worried about these girls and what they got going on. Quad then mentioned to Simone about this VIN number situation and you looking up my information. Why do you feel like you need to do that? So then Quad and Simone get into a fighting squad match. They argue back and forth. Angel is begging everybody to calm down and telling them, if y'all don't calm down in Jesus' name, get the hell up out of here, pretty much, okay? Go on about your business. Quad is livid. She's mad. King is over here counting down from 10. Meanwhile, he too late for the countdown because the blow up didn't already happen. It's just a whole hot mess down at Angel's event, okay? Toya asked Simone, why do you keep confiding in Heavenly? Simone said, I have not been confiding in her. We were cool, but now we're not cool, and I'm done with her. Meanwhile, Contessa going around asking everybody, Diva, are you coming to the girls' trip? S Lover, are you coming to the girls' trip? I am 50 Gold, are you coming to the girls' trip? I know it's a bunch going on, but I just want to make sure everybody coming to the girls' trip, okay? It was a whole hot mess. Angel began passing out gift bags so that the ladies can go home, okay? Well, there was getting ready to be a picture taken with Contessa, Heavenly, and Simone was standing there as well, okay? Simone said, I ain't taking no fake-ass pictures with you bitches. Oh, my God. When I tell you, Diva, I'm leaving.
I said, come on,
Sunday night. I said, come on, Simone.
Woo, baby.
Don't touch me. Get your hands off of me. Heavenly said, well, hold on. We ain't got to do that now. I'm sorry that you feel the way about your household. Okay. Here Heavenly go yet again. Simone said, you be doing all that extra BS because you hiding what's going on in your household. Everything is good on my end. Heavenly said, listen, don't go back and forth with me about your man because you're not going to win. My man is a whole doctor, okay? Angel said, like I said, in the name of Jesus, everybody get out if y'all don't know how to act. This is horrible. Angel, she said she's not going to invite Simone to any more events going forward if she don't know how to act. Simone said, you don't have to invite me to any more events. And if you're not going to talk to Heavenly and Quad about what they did, don't come talking to me. And I don't have to come to these events no more. And that's that on that. Thank you very much. Cleared the girls. She cleared the girls tonight, okay? She cleared these hoes, okay?
She said, did you talk to Quad? Did you talk to Quad? Did you talk to Heavenly? Did you better get out my face? Child. Got her all the way together.
Okay, Ace. All the way together.
Yes, honey. She asked her clear too. She wasn't and didn't want to tell her, I don't need to come to your event.
You don't have to invite me to your events, honey, okay? said, you better let her know that you don't need to come. Honey. She cleared the girls. Okay. Let them know what it was and sent them packing. Okay. Heavenly left. Quad left. Simone was standing there with her girl Toya and Brandi, standing on business. Okay.
The second angel got chin checks.
Oh my God.
She sure did, Tanya. Chin checked her. It was in her face. She's like, no, but I'm talking to you right now. No, did you talk to Quad? Quad came over at me and started this.
Indeed. So that was our recap of episode 7, season 12, Boots on the Ground of Married to Medicine.
On the ground.
Listen.
So let me tell you how I felt about that scene, Royaire.
Please tell.
That scene was everything. It was a missed opportunity for Angel. First of all, let's give credit where credit is due. This is all jokes aside. I thought it was genius of her as a nurse, as a Black nurse, to start a whole scrub line. Her name is Angel, and she's calling it Life Angels. I was here for every second of the name. I was here for the designs of the scrubs. I was here for her promoting and being the pictures for her own scrub line. This is where she lost it for me. You gave invites of telling people what to wear, and it had nothing to do with your situation. What you should have did was ask everybody their scrub size, and you should have sent them a pair of scrubs to wear to the event. Yeah. Hello, Angel. Listen, I planned a lot of parties, but I ain't no event planner, but I could still have done better for her than that. Second of all, you coming out in this silver dress, you should have came out in your own scrubs, honey. You should have had some extra over-the-top scrubs that you had on, and that's what you should have came out with. That whole futuristic, silver dress and these glasses, it was ridiculous. Where was the food? Was there food there?
I didn't see food.
Oh,
it was at that opening bar area when they first walked in. So there was a little bar area, and then it was like some little snacks or something like.
Okay, the fact that she had the goodie bags, she got that right. But she could have did better with her whole outfit and the way that thing was set up in the theme. It needed to be a brighter venue, not that dark venue where the scrubs, the mannequins, and everything is blended into the background. You are being filmed on Bravo. Have scrubs everywhere, Angel, with your name up there, the Life Angels, and you have all of those girls come to the event in some scrubs. So, Angel, if you get this opportunity once again, do better with your launch event. Okay, even your outfit just made absolutely no sense. Now, I don't know if y'all caught this. But Curtis was taking videos, pictures. He still got a wandering eye.
I didn't catch that. You better catch it.
Go back and catch it. Because he was like this with his phone on Angel when she was coming out. And Angel was showing boobs for days. I caught him. Did anybody else catch it? Let us know in the chat. Now let's go on to this argument / situation with Dr. Heavenly and all of that. Not Curtis will take those pictures back to the DR. I can't with y'all. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that with y'all. I didn't notice. I guess because Curtis is so tall, I just noticed him videotaping. I didn't realize the other men would too. Okay. So anyway, so let's get on to this. This Dr. Heavenly. I could jump from everything else. This Dr. Heavenly and Simone's situation. Dr. Heavenly is one of those people I wouldn't even tell her that I'm going to the grocery store. She just run her mouth. I wouldn't tell her nothing, not in my vulnerable moment or nothing. Now, Dr. Heavenly sat there and told Simone about her son and how she don't even know where her son is right now. When Simone was telling her about Cecil, it would be wrong of Simone and she would get her feelings hurt if Simone was to say something about her son. But Simone cleared Heavenly in that event too. Okay. She said, you don't want this, boo. And you know what? Simone is one bad mamma jamma. She said, bring it.
Bring it, bitch. Y'all know I don't use the profanity like that, but I had to do it tonight.
Simone cleared that party, Royaire. She cleared that lunch party. She said, bring it. And she told, who was she telling that they living on debt?
Quad. She said,
I said, I can't do this right now. Y'all killing me.
And you live well with all that debt. I don't live with debt. I got money. Oh my God.
Not you doing IVF, in vitro fertilization, and you ain't got no money.
Ooh.
No, Simone get the gold star for the night.
Cleared them.
She cleared them. And then Angel thought she was going to have a moment. Angel thought she was going to come in Simone's face and have a moment. So I ain't going to invite you. She said, I don't need to come. Okay? I was like, hands down, Simone, you did that. Did that.
Now she hit the vodka bottle before she. Oh my God. Someone on Twitter made a good point. The whole son is missing. Heaven lies. She's only saying that so he doesn't have to film. Okay.
I didn't believe any part of the son story, to be very honest with you. I didn't believe the part that the husband and the other son didn't tell her. They keeping stuff from her. I told Royaire behind the scenes. I don't believe all that. I think it's messy what she's doing, but whatever, right? She's not keeping it 100, but that's why Simone told her, you doing all of this because you're not telling the truth about your life, okay? Yeah, I wouldn't tell Heavenly nothing either. But honey, Simone got the gold star from me that night. She cleared Dr. Heavenly, she cleared Quad, and she cleared Angel. Angel really thought she was gonna come over there and have her a reality TV moment because she was close up in Dr. Simone's face. And I said, this little girl don't know who she fooling with.
She don't know who she messing with. She really don't.
Yeah. She said,
she found out last night.
He said, did you talk to Quad? Did you talk to Dr. Heavenly? Love it.
Once they get me hype, I'm up, okay?
Wait. I didn't
be up and stuck. Go ahead, Simone.
Wait. Simone told Quad she need a credit check.
She said, I don't live well with a bunch of debt. You live well with a bunch of debt, bitch. Oh my God. No, it was everything, Diva. It was everything. Everything.
Don't start
around talking about, are you coming to the girls' trip? Meanwhile, the friendship group completely falling apart.
But you know what though? I was here for Contessa too.
Oh,
find out if people coming to your event. That's some cute stuff. Child, listen. That's the whole Sunday night between Potomac and them checking Angel on Potomac. Yeah. And then when Mary Medicine, by the time Mary the Medicine came on, they took me out. They took me out because, honey, they put Angel from Potomac in the frying pan and they get to tossing her up. Okay? Baby. They roasted Angel. And then that second Angel thought she was going to chin check Simone.
It was the night of the angels. The night of the fallen angels, because the angels fell hard. Okay?
They did. And both of them, Royaire, both of them at their own event.
Oh my God.
At their own event.
Their own event. That is hilarious.
Oh, did we, Lawson? We did. We talked about that. Quad chin check Giselle at Watch What Happens.
Oh yes, we talked about that on Tuesday on our as our street news. We did. We did. Yes. Well, listen, everybody. And Angel just got off the corner.
Child.
Listen, everybody. That has been our recap of Married to Medicine season 12, episode 7, Boots on the Ground. And I said scraps and scrubs, okay? Because they was ready to scrap in the scrubs, baby, okay? It was a hot mess, but it was everything. At the end of every episode on our recap, we'd like to get your thoughts and opinions on the episode. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. We'll go through those in just a moment once we give our final thoughts on the episode and our ratings. Diva, 10s across the board, okay? From beginning to end. I love the episode. The girls are showing up. They are clocking in. They are giving their authentic truths. This was everything. This was everything I need a reality TV show to be. Great show.
Well, I wish we could drop some gold stars or something down Royaire.
Balloon things. How they do the balloons on here? Yes.
But you know what, though, Royaire? We are on the same page tonight. 10s. 10s across the board. 10s from beginning to end, honey. And Simone helped them get this 10. She gets the gold star point blank in a period.
Yes.
Oh, Angel, I ain't got to come to your scrub event.
She said, F you and your event, girl. I was like, oh my gosh, this is wow.
Child, too much.
It was everything though. Yes. This is what we need. This is what we come for every week, Sundays at 9 p.m. This is what I'm clocking in for because this was everything. This was so good. It's authentic. It's real. I truly enjoyed this episode. I love the conversations that we're having. Like I said, I am over Cecil and Simone, so hopefully we can get that worked out. But
what happened? Oh
no.
What happened?
Okay, look, that means it's time for us to go. So Melody gave this episode a 10. Deborah gave this episode a 10 as well. Tanya is giving it a 10. Little English Rose is giving it a 10. Is it Irish is giving it a 10? Jeremy is giving it a 10. I Am 50 Gold is giving it a 9.9. Hey, Simone. I know that's right. Hey, Simone, girl. Okay. Listen, this was such a good episode. Katrina is giving it a 9 because Kurt is videoing, so he would be smiling tonight. Listen, this is the most we've seen Curtis in a while, Diva. We have not seen Curtis this much in a long time.
Word. You know what? And you're really right. They really deserve a 10 because Curtis is showing up and showing out. Now, listen, I know we're not supposed to say it till it happens, but when I saw the previews and when I saw Curtis being all high and mighty, telling King,
I said, well, looky, here's a cookie. Try a pot calling trying to call the kettle black. Really, sir? Really?
Do you think y'all not having a baby because you're not married? Sir, you was married and cheating on your wife. Yeah. You was married and cheating on your wife. I said, Curtis is wild.
In God's will. What do you know about God's will? Cheating on Jackie at the airport. Shut up. You sound stupid. Child. In the words of Nene, shut up, so stupid.
Ciao. Oh, thank you.
Let's see. This review was a 10. You guys have the thank you so have me in stitches. Thank you so much.
Yo, Tanya, you gotta go back and see him. You gotta go see him at the event. But maybe I only noticed him because he is tall.
He is
but
tall.
I saw him like this.
Yes.
He probably had this thing in Zoom right on Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that. Let us see the video, Curtis.
Where's the footage? We need the footage, Curtis. Curtis, you were supposed to love me. Oh my God. Well, listen, y'all, we truly appreciate y'all joining us on a Friday night. We know we normally do our recap on Mondays and Tuesdays, but y'all showed up and showed out for us, and we truly appreciate it. So make sure as we are closing out, if you have not hit the like button, make sure you hit that like button on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to both of our channels and your notification bells on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. Join us this coming Monday for our recap of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me tell you, the girls got left at the gas station, okay? I think this is the worst girls trip in housewife history, okay?
Yeah.
But we will deal with that on Monday. So make sure you join us on Monday as we conclude the girls' trip to Colorado, okay? Also, then join us on Tuesday for our recap of Married to Medicine. If you have not checked out Iyanla's Inside Fix, make sure you look at that. We will be recapping that, so stay tuned for that as well. They dealt with on this week's episode of Inside Fix the 6 brown chicks. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember that story, but it was about the 6 ladies who came together to do a vlog, a website vlog, and it kind of fell apart. And so we're going to dove in that when we do our recap. It was a really, really good. Traders, I keep hearing everybody talk about the traders. So what we have agreed to do for the people, because we do this for y'all. Y'all support us, so we're going to do what y'all ask us to do, okay? We have agreed to watch the full season once it comes out. And then we will do one recap of the whole episode once we see who the winner is. We'll talk about how we felt about the winner and all of those things in that nature. So stay tuned for that. We will keep you posted once we do that recap. Make sure you join Diva for trending topics each and every night around 8:30. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so that you can see that as well. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, all is well.
All is well. Well, listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like we said, if you didn't hit the like button on the way in, make sure you hit it on the way out. Join Diva tonight for trending topics, and we will see y'all next week for our next recap. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Love y'all.
Why aren't we doing the ultimate girls trip? I don't know. Maybe we'll do this one day.
I thought they were filming. Oh, that's the road trip one.
The road trip one. Maybe we'll do the road trip when they're gonna do a drive by Nene's house.
Yeah.
She's so excited.
I said to Diva the other night, y'all did all this hype about Nene's coming back. Nene's coming back. We getting a sneak peek of Nene, okay?
I'm back. Okay.
Oh my God. We will see y'all later. Good night, everybody. Be
Good
safe.
night, y'all.
Yeah.
Royaille's World.